Big news in the NFL. All-Pro pass rusher Maxx Crosby has spoken. Trade rumors were everywhere. Some reports linked him to the Baltimore Ravens, but that move never happened. And now Crosby is making it clear. He's staying with the Raiders. On social media, he posted a strong message. "Everything happens for a reason. Believe nothing you hear. I'm a Raider." The message is simple. Maxx Crosby is locked in with Las Vegas, and the Raiders' defense just got a big boost of energy. In the modern NFL, speculation often moves faster than reality. Rumors travel across social media, trade scenarios appear overnight, and fan bases react instantly to reports that sometimes disappear as quickly as they arrive. Few players experienced that whirlwind more dramatically this week than All-Pro edge rusher Maxx Crosby. For a brief moment, the possibility of Crosby leaving the Las Vegas Raiders and joining the Baltimore Ravens captured the attention of football fans across the league. But by Wednesday night, Crosby himself delivered the most powerful response to the speculation. His message was direct, emotional, and unmistakably clear. "Everything happens for a reason. Believe nothing you hear. I'm a Raider. I'm back. Run that shit." Those words immediately resonated across Raider Nation. For a franchise built on identity, toughness, and loyalty to its stars, Crosby's statement felt like more than just a simple response to trade rumors. It felt like a declaration of commitment to the team that helped shape his rise into one of the NFL's most dominant defensive players. Maxx Crosby's journey to becoming an all-pro edge rusher has never followed a predictable path. Selected in the 2019 NFL Draft, Crosby quickly established himself as one of the league's most relentless pass rushers. His playing style combines explosive athleticism with a motor that rarely slows down. Opposing quarterbacks have learned that when Crosby lines up across the line of scrimmage, every snap becomes a battle for survival in the pocket. Over the past few seasons, Crosby has transformed into the emotional and physical centerpiece of the Raiders' defense. Coaches rely on his ability to disrupt offensive game plans. Offensive coordinators design entire protection schemes specifically to slow him down. Yet even with extra blockers and double teams, Crosby continues to generate pressure that changes the rhythm of games. That impact explains why rumors surrounding a potential trade generated such intense reactions throughout the league. Edge rushers of Crosby's caliber rarely become available. When they do, multiple teams begin imagining how their defense might transform with that kind of disruptive force rushing the quarterback every Sunday. For the Baltimore Ravens, a team already known for aggressive defensive strategies, the idea of adding Crosby would have created one of the most intimidating pass rush combinations in football. Ravens' defensive schemes have historically thrived when elite pass rushers create chaos at the line of scrimmage. Pairing Crosby with their defensive front could have produced a nightmare scenario for opposing offenses. But in the end, the trade never materialized. The Ravens ultimately decided against finalizing the deal, leaving Crosby exactly where many Raiders fans hoped he would remain: Las Vegas. Crosby's response to the situation reflects more than simple relief that the speculation has ended. It highlights the bond that has developed between the player and the franchise. Since arriving in Las Vegas, Crosby has embraced the culture of the Raiders, a culture historically defined by toughness, individuality, and fearless competition. Few players embody that identity more naturally. Teammates frequently describe Crosby as the engine of the defense. His intensity during practice sessions often sets the tone for the entire roster. When the Raiders' defense needs a momentum-changing play, the coaching staff knows exactly where to look. Crosby's relentless pursuit of quarterbacks has produced some of the most impactful defensive moments in recent team history. For Raiders fans, his public declaration of loyalty carries enormous emotional weight. The modern NFL often feels defined by constant movement, where star players shift between franchises as contracts and competitive opportunities change. Seeing a superstar defender publicly reaffirm his commitment to the team provides a sense of stability that many supporters deeply appreciate. Beyond the emotional impact, Crosby's continued presence also carries major strategic implications for the Raiders organization. In today's NFL, elite edge rushers represent one of the most valuable assets any defense can possess. Quarterbacks are faster,
offensive schemes are more creative, and passing attacks continue to dominate scoring production. The most effective way to disrupt those offenses remains consistent pressure on the quarterback. Crosby provides exactly that. His ability to collapse the pocket forces quarterbacks to make decisions faster than they prefer. That pressure often leads to hurried throws, mistakes in coverage reads, or drive-ending sacks that shift momentum entirely. When a defense possesses a pass rusher capable of influencing the game on every series, it allows defensive coordinators to design more aggressive strategies across the field. Looking ahead to the upcoming season, Crosby's statement could also influence the mindset of the Raiders' locker room. Leadership in professional football rarely depends solely on statistics. It emerges through attitude, preparation, and the willingness to embrace the responsibilities that come with being one of the team's most visible players. Crosby has consistently demonstrated those qualities. Young defenders entering the Raiders' system often watch how he approaches preparation. His work ethic during training sessions and film study has become part of the team's internal culture. When players see a star performer committing fully to the organization, it reinforces a sense of shared purpose across the roster. For the Ravens, the end of the trade discussions simply means shifting focus towards other defensive strategies. Baltimore remains one of the league's most consistently competitive franchises, and their defensive identity has always been built through creativity and depth across the roster. But for the Raiders, the result feels like a victory. Not because they completed a major acquisition, but because they kept the player who already defines the heartbeat of their defense. As the NFL offseason continues to unfold, rumors inevitably will surface again. Trade speculation is part of the league's constant cycle of possibility and negotiation. Yet Crosby's message suggests that at least one question has been answered clearly. He sees himself as a Raider. He embraces the identity of the franchise. And when the next NFL season begins, quarterbacks across the league will once again face the same relentless defender charging off the edge, wearing silver and black, determined to prove that sometimes the most powerful move a team can make is simply holding on to the player who already represents everything it's